This is Google Apps Updates Roundup number 130. In this episode, I will show you more than 30 new features in 13 different Google apps, so make sure all your apps are up to date and let me show you what's new. Let's start the episode by talking about the apps that got the new gradient icons. Google started this a long time ago and we've seen it with apps like Google Photos, Maps, Gmail, etc. But this new change is making its way to even more apps, and the most notable ones is the workspace apps you can see over here. They look totally different. Google Meet, Keep Notes, the Pixel Buds app, Now Playing, Digital Wellbeing, and many more. In contrast, all these apps look exactly the same and they didn't get the new gradient icons yet. Next, we have Google Photos, and here I'm gonna show you 4 new changes. Surprisingly, the new floating design I showed you in my previous episode is gone, and I'm back again to the same old navigation bar. But what's even more interesting is the new Collections tab. As you see, it looks totally different. It has 4 quick shortcuts at the top: Favorites, Screenshots, Archive, and the Trash. Then all other sections are now collapsible, and here's how they look. Then we have the albums. Here you can get quick access to some of your albums. You can create a new one from here or access the full set by tapping on the arrow. Then we have the On This Device. We have the People and Pets, and this one has a different design for the thumbnails, different from the rest. We have one for the Places, one for Documents, and all other collections fall under this new section called Other Collections. The second change is the new Stickers collection. This one includes any sticker you copy from a photo like this. Previously, we didn't have this functionality. Once you copy the sticker, you can only see it in the clipboard, but if you want to get back to it, there is no other way. But now you can go to Collections, then Stickers, and you will find it over here. So you can copy it again or delete the sticker if you don't need it. The third change is the redesigned backup page under the Photos app settings. It got the Material 3 expressive design language with bigger toggles, text, and each item now has its own container. And the settings are classified in a way that makes a lot more sense than before. The last change is on the web. We always had the ability to export the photo library to other services, but what's new here is the ability to schedule your exports. To show you the new feature, let's head over to Settings and then scroll down a bit to the Export Your Data section and then click on the Backup button. That will take you to the Google Takeout page. The first step is to check the file formats and choose the photos you want to include or exclude in your export. The second step will give you the ability to export the whole library at once, which is straightforward, or you can export the whole library now and schedule automatic exports every 2 months for 1 year. In other words, all the new photos and videos added to your library after the initial export will be automatically scheduled for export every 2 months for 1 year. It also states that once your photos are ready for download, you will get an email with the link and you only have 1 week to download the photos. From this page, you can also choose the compressed file type and the size of each file in case your library requires multiple ones. Next, Google Play Store. And here I'm gonna show you 3 new changes. The first change is under the apps page. Now the header image comes first with all these items floating over it. The filters are now showing under the header image instead of the top, plus it has curved corners now. Finally, Google renamed the Kids filter to Children. Plus, under the same tab, when you scroll down a bit, you will see a lot more sections to help you discover new content that didn't exist before. For example, we have this new and noteworthy carousel, and here are the suggestions. We have stream upcoming MLB games, stream upcoming NBA games. You have multiple options here. We have discover trending web comics, and here is how it looks when you tap on it. It will give you multiple pages, and here at the top you have the pagination slider. When you keep scrolling, you can install the app from here or jump to the app page. When you scroll down more, you will see another section for preview chapters and comics, and each item has a carousel. You can also tap on Read More, which will show you some samples with the same pagination slider at the top. You have here a section for Explore Movies and TV Picks, another one to brighten your day with some audio samples. And here's what happens when you tap on the play button. Then we have a section here for watch episodes of bite-sized dramas suggested from multiple apps. and so on and so forth. So I do really like this new change as it gives you an idea about what's going on. The third and last change is the new Ask Play feature. When you open the app listing and then scroll down a bit, you will see a new section called Ask Play about this app with the new tag next to it. This feature uses AI and the customer reviews to answer your questions. It will first give you some suggestions to choose from, or you can type your own question over here. So for example, I will ask it how long orders usually take to arrive, and then hit the search button. It says here, orders usually take longer to arrive during peak shopping seasons like Black Friday and so on. Then it will give you some follow-up questions. For example, if you want to know if you can track your order or not, it will open an overlay card with all the follow-up questions you have about the app. And here is how it looks. It's also worth noting that under search, the search bar now integrates the Ask Play feature as well. So it's no longer for locating content only, but you can ask whatever question you have in mind. In this example, I will ask it for the best flight booking apps in the UAE and tap on search to show you what happens. It will first show you some results, and then you get a section for the AI answer that you can expand like this. Here are all the suggested apps, and then you have a section for the follow-up questions, or you can ask your own question, which will take you to a whole separate page to chat with the AI. Next, Google app. And here I'm going to show you 3 new changes. Starting with Google Lens, when you go to the Create tab, you will see these new floating suggestions that you can use right away, or tap on the refresh button to get even more options. And when you tap on any of them, it takes you to the AI mode to use Nano Banana to apply the requested changes. Under the voice search, we got a brand new toggle to turn the auto search feature on or off. This new change will allow you to choose if you want the search to start immediately after you stop talking, or you trigger it manually by using this blue button like this. This feature could be useful in case you pause a lot and you want to make up your mind first before starting the search. You can turn off the auto search feature. Plus, you have the ability to use this stop button, which takes whatever transcribed text and put it in the search bar so you can add to it before searching. And the last change is the new profile pages for creators and websites. For example, when you go to the Discover feed and tap on the publisher name, you get this automatically created profile page, which allows you to follow on Google. You see the social media accounts and the latest posts in a grid view, and under the ellipses, you can send feedback. But in other cases, if the publisher registered for this feature and created the profile page, you might see even more information with a different design, a better profile picture. Here we have all the social media accounts in a carousel. You have an about from Wikipedia, and here are the latest posts. Next, we have Gemini, and here I'm going to show you 7 new changes. Starting with the Gemini overlay, it got multiple tweaks. The first one is the dynamic color support. Now the microphone icon along with any toggles match your color theming. The second change is the shorter tools menu. All the options we used to have in a list view are gone. We only have images, and the rest of the options are showing in this carousel. You will also notice that the icons are now outlined when you compare it with the screenshot showing on the left side. The handle at the top is also bigger, plus it got a new loading animation when you give it a command. So let me show you how it looks. What's the weather? So you see a glowing animation here at the bottom of the text box. Gemini widget also got the same outlined icons I showed you in the overlay, and here is how it looks now, and this is the older design. Inside the app, we got some new changes. When you go to the app settings, then personal intelligence, then connected apps. When you scroll all the way down, you will see a new toggle for Canva. It says search, summarize, and design digital assets with Canva. And if you want to use it, just start your command with @Canva like this. Back to the side menu, when you tap on the gear icon, then scroll all the way down, then settings, then Gemini's voice, you will see 2 new additions. The first one is called Flare. So let's take a listen.
Like what you hear, choose this voice to start talking.
And the second one is called Glow.
If you're curious about the other voices, scroll to explore or pick this one to start talking.
And those 2 voices replace Nova and Lyra. Last but not least, now you can use Gemini Live to set timers and alarms. Set a timer for 5 minutes.
All right, I've got that timer running for 5 minutes. Let me know if you need to adjust it or start another one.
Next, Google Messages. And here I'm gonna show you two new changes. The two changes are located under the app settings. When you go to suggestions and actions and then suggestions, now you have the ability to activate a feature called tap to draft. This feature will allow you to edit the smart replies before sending, or you can send it directly once you tap on them, so you can choose which one you prefer. Plus, Google added the ability to access the Magic Queue settings directly from this page as well. Before jumping to the next chapter, let me show you the latest wallpapers added to the Wallpapers by In-Depth Tech Reviews app. You will see 30 new wallpapers added to the collection, and I used most of them throughout the video to show you how they look in real life. You have the ability to edit any of these wallpapers inside the app using 4 different sliders. We have the blur effect, the brightness, the hue and saturation, plus you have the ability to download the wallpaper locally on the device, so you can apply the wallpaper effects of your Android phone on any of them. If you want to give it a try, you will find Google Play Store download link in the description. And now let's get back to the video. Now let's talk about the apps that only got one new change, starting with Google Drive. Now we have a much faster document scanner that can scan multiple pages simultaneously. This feature is currently in beta, and when you open the app for the first time after getting the feature, you get a banner to register for the beta program first, and then it explains exactly how this new scanner is better. So let me show you how it works in action. So I will use this user manual as an example. Open Google Drive, start the camera. Once I tap on it, the scanner is immediately available. You can see here also a new animation when it detects a page. And when it finds 2 pages side by side, it scans each one individually, which is a really nice touch. So scan the first one and then the second one. Also, if you try to scan the same page twice, it will give you here a notification that this page is already scanned, which will also save you from any duplicates. At any point of time, you can stop the auto scanning by tapping on this button or tap on it again to reactivate it. At the top right corner, you have the same flash, and once done with the scanning, you can tap on next to apply any further edits. Moving to keep notes, now we have a bigger floating button at the bottom right corner. Plus, when you tap on it, the X is now circular instead of a rounded square. Plus, the animation is a little bit more refined when compared to the previous version. In Gmail, we got some visual tweaks to the summary card you get at the top of your email message. Previously, this banner used to look like a chip, but now it goes full width and it says summarize this email. Tapping on it gives you a brand new animation as well. And then it says here at the top left corner, AI overview, and you have the ability to collapse or expand this card. And every time you expand it, you get the same exact animation. Moving to the Pixel Watch, the ECG app got a brand new icon, and here is how it looks. Plus, it dropped the Fitbit branding and it's now called ECG. When you open the app and place your finger on the crown, you will see slight visual tweaks to the seconds and the graph showing on the screen. Plus, Google says that it fixed one of the bugs that didn't allow some users to use the app for a while. On Android Auto, Google started to roll out Google Meet after the CarPlay rollout I talked about in my previous episode. The app works exactly the same way. You get access to the scheduled meetings and history. Tapping on any of the history items initiate a call immediately, and when it establishes the connection, your phone immediately switches to the on-the-go mode. And here is how it looks. From here, you can mute or unmute, raise hand, or change the audio source, but the functionality is limited. You don't get access to use your phone's camera, nor see other people in the meeting. The next app we have is YouTube Music. The search is now part of the bottom navigation bar instead of showing at the top right corner. Plus, it replaces the Explore tab that we used to have over here. Tapping on the search button adds a fill dot inside the magnifying lens. Plus, this page combines the search history and the Explore tab items that we used to have in a separate page. From here, you get access to the new releases, charts, modes and genres, and podcasts. But the functionality is exactly the same as before. This will take us to the normal YouTube app, which also got one new change when it comes to shorts. Now when you pause it, you have the ability to mute the sound like this. And the last change I'm going to show you in this video is Mystic Leaks shared the Pixel 11 exclusive wallpapers in one massive zip file of 171.5 megabytes. And here's the channel name if you are interested to download it. I already extracted the file, and here are all the wallpapers. We have the Pixel 11, 11 Pro XL, 11 Pro Fold, and finally the Pixel 11 Pro. Here are all the wallpapers plus some videos showing the animations you will get on the Fold when you open the inner display. So that's pretty much it for today. These are all the new changes I wanted to show you in Google Apps. And if you spotted any new feature, please reach me out on social media so I can include in my future episodes. But for now, thanks so much for watching and see you in the next video.